Hi everyone, back on here. I had to get down and get these couple of cards. There's two cards for you, Sharon. So let's have a look here. The first card that came out, hang on, I'll just put that flash back on. That's better. So the first card that came out, interesting, 5 of Cups. Again, the cups. I can't believe how many cups are happening. So Sharon, this is for you, and it's for anybody else who's on here watching, because you wouldn't be here unless you were meant to be listening to these cards being read out. Hello everyone again. Yeah, I dropped the phone, I dropped my diary that had the names in it, the cards were on the floor. Maybe next time I'll just get on the floor. Oh, now my hair's everywhere, but who cares? Listen here, Sharon, and anybody else on here. Why are you... It's probably the retrograde. Why are we imploding a little bit like this fellow here, and our auric field is very narrow? We want our auric field to be spread right out to the sides, in front and behind, above and below. So definitely you're feeling, and a lot of people are feeling this way, because I know they've told me. They're feeling unsure. They're feeling awkward. They're feeling weird. It's something that's going on with all of these energies that we've got happening with all these full moons and the Lion's Gate. You know, Mercury's doing its trick. There's a heap of other planets changing signs, and there's a lot in retrograde. So when we're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, we will have our aura shrinking like this fellow's here. The thing is, if we keep looking back at the past, and, you know, at the Breathworks retreat in Bali with Melissa Melrose, the Breathworks is very powerful. I'm going to be doing my Breathworks Facilitator certificate by the end of this year. It is so powerful to breathe correctly and breathe with big open breaths and open heart. If we're restricted and we're not breathing properly, it reminds me of this guy here. We're not getting the full oxygen to all our cells. So straight away, let's start doing some big breaths every morning when you wake up, and making a sound on the out breath, really getting that exasperation and that tightness of the lungs and the heart. On the out breath, let it go. Breathing in good energy, breathing out old stale energy. Because I think that we've had to look at some past things that we've been doing and had happen, and it's not nice to look at those things. But you know what, we have to, because if we don't, they fester. They just become bigger and bigger. And because that little glitch is in that hard drive or on that record, we keep attracting that. So we've got to look at the core, and we have to see it, and we have to embrace it, and we have to say, thank you very much, and I'm letting you go now. So it's a little bit of self-therapy that we perhaps need with this, Sharon. So it's, and whoever's watching, because when you do realize there's 2 full cups standing up right near you, not far away, just lifting your head, having a look around, like what's out there, what, instead of dwelling on the negative, what can I do to uplift myself? What crowd can I hang out with? What tribe can I mix with that are like-minded? Maybe I'll start going to yoga. Maybe I'll start joining a walking group. And things like that will lift you up. And these things here, in these cups, these feelings will grow to overtake that negativity. And then you'll feel like walking across that bridge of emotion to a group of people that are in this little building over here, this little castle. And you'll feel like, I'm a different person. So the Lion's Gate was interesting because it's a gateway, and you can walk through that gateway and make changes now. So this energy that we do have, that we feel awkward in, definitely know that we can use it or lose it. We can use it for our own good, to be able to write, journal, ditch the old stuff that we don't want anymore, take some big deep breaths, go for a strong walk on the beach or in nature. Really feel like you're alive. Make that happen, because that will then open your aura out, and you will see other things. You'll see positive things happen. Hi, is that Layla? Hello. And Cherie. Any of these cards could be very appropriate to you. Hi Donna, how you going? I'm just reading a few people's cards. I've done the reading and it should be up on the page. But this is for Sharon again, or all of you, really, because this is another cups. I've had 5 cups cards, 3 in the reading, and now Sharon's first reading is all cups. This is the Ace of Cups, which is a gift from the universe, the peace dove flying in, the cloud there with the hand with lots of energy. We have lots of lily pads here, so lots of little projects and things that can actually come onto the earth from this overflowing feeling of joy. So I'm absolutely getting a story here. If we keep imploding and feeling like, you know, everyone's against me and, you know, I can't do a thing right, like we can sabotage ourselves. So the cups are saying, yep, deal with what's in the past, but just know that you've got so many great things that can come your way, and you can move towards like-minded people and have that high vibration, which will be like a magnet, and they will come to you. But they've also, upstairs, the universe has also a gift. Once you do that work, they're going to hand you a trophy. What is that going to be? It's exciting, Sharon. I don't know the next card. I'm not going to get shuffle again because I like those 2 cards too much. I'm not going to ruin it. So I'm going to tick Sharon off, because then we have Ali. Sharon's done. So if I don't tick it off, I end up doing people twice. Oops, here's Ali. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Pentacles are how we manage and function in our life, and this is the first Pentacles card that's come up. They've all been cups. Just know that in the upright position with you in your little purple outfit here, that's your third eye, your higher intuition, your inner voice. It can be a talent that you have, and here you are with your tools in hand. These people are coming along here with a little bit of a contract, trying to get you to sign something because they value your work and they can see how artistic and creative you are. But hey, when it's in reverse, because Mercury retrograde is a time when you shouldn't sign contracts, really. So I'm getting, if Ali, if you're about to sign like for a promotion, or you've got a resume in and you're about to sign with a new company, just read everything, read every paragraph. And if you feel like I'm not feeling right with this company, or I'm not feeling right about the people that work there, listen to that, because you have got time to get out of that contract. Or you can, because you're so clever, you can say, I want to instill another paragraph in this contract to say, if I don't like it in 3 months, that I can leave, you know, and that there's no penalties. So things like that have to be thought about when this 3 of Pentacles is in reverse, because this is you loving your art, and you're skilled and you're smart and clever, but people could be trying to take advantage of you because you are so skilled. And this to me says know your worth. I know the intuition and you're wanting to get your skills and your talents shown to everyone. But what happens if you sign and that says for 3 years you're locked into them? Not a good idea. So maybe reassess that contract and perhaps even delay for another week, because Mercury's out of retrograde on the 11th tomorrow. I would allow a good 7 to 10 days before you actually, like, I don't know how you can put that off, but maybe you can just say to them, look, I'll start work. I just want that extra paragraph, or I want my father or I want my accountant to look at the contract before I sign. Take the responsibility off your shoulders so that they don't sort of take it out on you later. Because this, to me, Elliot says, just watch what you're signing, watch what you're doing at this particular pivotal time. Because Mercury retrograde, once everything settles down, you will see a lot more clearly whether you do want to be working for this firm, say. So that was an interesting one. It was very specific. Oh, nearly lost all the cards again. You guys up there are playing tricks on me. They like doing that. I'm sure maybe they want me to lose my top on here. Have you ever seen a spiritual person lose their cool? They do. Not often. But when they do, it's Mount Etna, like a volcano eruption. Haven't done that for a long time because I'm Cancerian too. Oh, there's a card falling on the floor. So Cancerians are the crab with the soft centre and the tough shell, but they walk around all their problems. They don't like confrontation. So I'm going down here. I can see it's the Four of Swords, and this is for Susan and whoever else this applies to. And I'm going to be very careful not to knock everything over. Sorry, I did. I did knock something over. Okay, fix that up later. That's my glass of water. Okay, what are these guys upstairs saying? Don't do any readings, maybe. Maybe I've got somebody on here. Oh, that's great. Maybe I've got somebody on here that's infiltrating, because that's my biggest fear, is for people to get on here and harass you girls. Sharon, how are you? Ali, thank you. Makes a lot of sense to you. Great stuff. So this is for Susan, Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is how we think. And remember I said earlier about, in the other video, our heads and our mind can be our biggest hurdle. So when in a place of contemplation, Susan, I think you're going to get a golden idea or a golden thought. First of all, when you first go to sleep, your mind's a bit crazy and all these thoughts are coming in. But eventually when you go into a deep meditative, even exhausted state, like this person's just come back from a battle, say, and he's resting. He's even resting on the coffin. Why would you rest there? Anyway, golden thoughts coming through from the higher realms, and it's going to affect your future, and it's going to make your future really colourful. The purple is your third eye. Again, that card, those cards at the very beginning talking about putting your hand on your heart and feel things more. Instead of using too much thought and letting those thought patterns go a little bit like haywire patterns in your mind, keep coming back. Even if you've got to meditate a few times, you know, a few days in a row, that golden sword, that golden thought will come to you, and it's going to be a really great thing that will help you have relationships, because there's people galore in there, a little fellow with his guitar, fun, joy, colourful future. So that's there for Susan. I'm just going to reach for the cards carefully. So hi Sarah, how are you? And we have Karen with a Y next. Karen's next. Just soaking up the water that I spilled out of my glass on the floor. Luckily I've got massage towels to wash, seeing it's a sunny day. Yep, my Sundays are so thrilling. But I went to the Rites of Dance last night. That was fun. Very spiritual sort of dance. Well, it wouldn't be a class. It's like a dance meditation. Everyone's like, whoa, doing their own thing. And we had cacao at the beginning and a little sound meditation at the end. It was great. Hi, Sarah. Never been here before. Goodness me, what have you missing? What have you been missing? Keep on, have a scroll back. Hi, Cherie. Sorry, I've got the numbers up. I'll just see whether it's going to be able to be done, because I've got actually 3 more people. Probably not Cherie. Book with me though for a 10-card or 5-card reading, that's for sure. This is Karen, 5 of Wands. So to me, this is that's your purpose. Your wand is your, you know, what you want to grab hold of and do for the rest of your life. So we're all at a different bit of a crossroads about what we want to do. And to me, you're confused about which direction to take, because that's these wands, and they're sort of hitting together. Like you've got one idea and you go, right, I'm going to do that. And then you wake up and you go, no, that's not as good as this other idea I've got now. So all of these great things have got leafy green on them, so they're able to be nurtured and grow. There's no doubt about it. But Karen, I think when we've got the red standing out, you need to be very grounded in this decision. You need to have some logical and some practicality about it. So research that. This Mercury retrograde is all about the word. So research it, review it, get some advice on whether It's possible your idea, that one's yellow, that's saying that you need some confidence, more confidence to be able to do these things. And you know what? Confidence comes from feeling the fear and doing it anyway. What's going to happen? You might make a little bit of a faux pas, a mishap, but you can then know, well, plan B is to be implemented now. Quickly I worked that out, so now I can get on to plan B. Plan B doesn't work. You've got C, D, E, F, G, all the alphabet. Keep trying. The blue is about maybe your voice, so the throat chakra, speaking, teaching, singing, taking singing lessons, anything, expression. This one here with the lighter blue and the sort of paler outfit, to me that's your speaking your spiritual truth. So that would be like a yoga teacher or a massage therapist or a counselor. Green coming from your heart. What does your heart say about all of these different ideas and different paths and different directions that you want to take? Green grass is a good sign, is the base here. So there is plenty of room for growth on any of your ideas. So I would just start researching them all. And then the main one will just become evident. It'll be like an uppercut. You'll know what to do. So that is for Karen. Unreal. So then we have Maria. Oops. So when I shuffle, sometimes the cards just turn straight over. No, that didn't happen that time. I thought it did. So yeah, how exciting, everyone. Have a lovely Sunday. And you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be mopping up the rest of the water and washing massage towels. Back to reality after having an amazing 10 days in Bali. I went to Bali 20 years ago with a boyfriend and it was pretty ordinary. I got pretty sick with a cold because he liked the room like a fridge. 20 years before that I went and they didn't even have fridges. They just had chests of ice. That's how primitive that was. That was before even Renee was born. And so those two trips, I didn't feel that real spiritual epicenter that it is. As soon as I landed, I just felt so totally different in Bali this time. I really do believe it's matured, or I have. One or the other. Oops. Now, this is for Maria. It's the Devil in reverse. I like things when they're in reverse because to me that's either a postponement or a delay, or you're onto it. It's the reverse of what the card is upright. So if you think that you know somebody like this that's got like transfixed eyes are the best thing that I can give you as the heads up, because I've met one or two of these people along the way being an empath. They love empaths because we'll just massage them and feed them and tell them how wonderful they are. So just know the Devil is very much like a narcissistic person with bat wings. I don't even know whether they know what they're doing. I do. I think they do. They're manipulative. They like you to be less than them, and they tie themselves to you in a way that it makes it very hard to leave. You're weakened. I know I was 57 kilos wringing wet, so I was really light. You know, not fed very much. I had to be like the attractive purse, you know, next to him, so I couldn't have, you know, those special sweets or anything like that. Boy, have I made up for that since then. Just kidding. But it's true. They like you to be their handbag. Like they want you to be a different person. No, that's what this card is saying. Like, I'm joining you to be my lesser person. I want you to be like me but not be better than me, that's for sure. And it's like they're overtaken by some demon. It's like, what the? They just so shock you because they can be so charming and so wonderful one minute and then they can just cut you down the next and make you feel awful. So when I see this Maria and it's in reverse, yay! Because it simply can mean that you are onto working out what that person's like and that you're drawing back away from them. You cannot make it obvious because they'll make your life a misery. You have to sort of step back little bit by little bit. That's my injury from Bali. Yep, had a little bit of a scrape trying to save my coffee. Just scraped it on a wall as I was nearly about to fall over there. What lovely pathways. Watch out for the holes. Anyway, this is Maria. Back to you. Keep it serious. It's the devil. So yeah, know that anybody who comes towards you with bat wings and horns and those wonderful, beautiful eyes that you lose yourself in, but then all of a sudden they can't look you in the eye. That's sus. When somebody can't look you in the eye, I'm looking you in the eye. That's a worry, because that's usually they're hiding something. And after having 2 deaths recently, I can see your soul. In everybody's eyes, I've been looking more and more deeply. You're alive. You've got a light. You look into these people's eyes and they're sort of glazed over, or they've got no real depth or feeling. They're shallow on the surface and shallow inside, believe me. So, Maria, that you've got the heads up. If you see anybody like that, draw away from them. You know, step back slowly and then run. I know. It's not funny. So, Jen, now remember that everybody on here can be getting some little bit of a tidbit out of all of this information. Now, Jen McCarthy, we have, what, 8 swords, thoughts again. We've had a lot of cups and we've had the swords. And if you have a look at the first video about the week, you'll actually see that we don't need to be looking at the head stuff. We need to be coming back to the heart. And this is full proof that Jen McCarthy, if you're feeling trapped by your mind and all the different scenarios, okay, you know, this one, somebody says something to you at work, and then you think, oh, that wasn't a joke, they really meant it. And oh, what if the rest of the office think that about me? What if I am like that? What if? And then you're so blindfolded that you're not going to show your full character, your full charisma, your full confidence at your job or in your relationship. So then you feel a bit tied up, you feel a bit restricted, you feel a bit like you're imprisoned. So when this card is like this, it's pretty scary, because you're probably hearing the waves crashing in the distance, thinking, oh, I could even be drowned in a minute. But just know there's a little castle up here on the hill, and when you see that in the background, there's always help, or there's always other people out there that can be of assistance or know what you're going through. But Jen, I really like this, because the swords and the heavy end of the swords are at the bottom of the card, indicating that they're going to be falling out. They're only just held by a little tiny tip into the earth there. So you can do some journaling. You can do some thoughts onto paper. Walk. Think about things. Think about letting go of things. Literally say to yourself, okay, why is that memory coming into me that I got bullied at school and the boy took my lunch or something? Why is that coming up? Okay, what? Look deeper into it. Why am I thinking of that? Oh, hang on, I've let people bully me all my life. No, I'm going to make boundaries now. And that's one thought gone. I release you. I let you go. I'm been sabotaging myself with my own mind, restricting my own growth, and being blindfold all this time. Now I'm taking the blindfold off and I'm letting go of all of the things that don't serve me any longer. And what a way to finish the reading. We all can do that. We can all let go of those old thought patterns. What are they? They're just a thought. Draw a line in the sand and say, right, all thoughts, all the 8 thoughts, do it in one foul swoop. See you later. I'm going forward. I'm stepping over this line. If you're at the beach, draw a line with a stick and step over it. Make it a ritual. Do it in the dirt down the back. Whatever. I want you guys to forge forward. I want you to have a lovely day, and I want you to have a great week, and see you soon. Bye for now.